You're in your 20s. Your whole life is before you. All the opportunity, the excitement, the potential.
For the log.
Don't screw it up. Let Uncle Jeremy tell you the 4 legal things you must know to survive to make it to 30. Okay, without further ado, the first thing that you need to know, dealing with the police. Be polite, be respectful, but most of all, be quiet. If you are on the bad end of a police interaction, the police are not your friends. They are looking for a reason to arrest you, and you absolutely must not say anything that incriminates you, and the best way to do that is not to talk at all. And you're going to want to talk because you're a good person, and maybe you haven't done anything wrong, you think. Now, you'll mostly interact with police at a traffic stop, and you are obligated to provide your driver's license and registration, but do not answer any questions. Let this man be your spirit guide.
How are you doing?
Good. Do you know this lady back here in the accident, or?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, have a nice day, sir.
All right, thank you.
Who was the gentleman who were just standing here?
I don't answer questions.
Is there a reason why?
I don't answer questions.
Do you have a nice day?
You too.
And finally, do not ever, under any circumstances, consent to any searches of yourself or your property. If asked, you have to say, I do not consent to any searches. Don't talk and don't consent. And if you are ever arrested, only ever say, I want to speak with a lawyer. Then call your dad to bail you out. And the number 2 legal thing that you need to know, copyright violations. You are on Instagram, TikTok, what else? Facebook. You are online posting and sharing all the time, and you are violating copyright laws all the time. Contrary to popular belief, nothing needs to be filed, and there doesn't have to be anything official for any artistic work to be copyrighted protected. It's automatic. So let me give you an example of a copyright violation right here.
Wasting more time and wasting more money. The only good idea is to let me and John do our job.
Can we use a different example? Hi, this is attorney Jeremy Hogan, and on today's legal brief, I've been tasked with finding all of the tort damages in the new Fast and Furious trailer, Hobbs and Shaw. Seriously? Anytime you use someone else's creation for your own profit, that's a copyright violation. Have I been sued by Vince Vaughn yet? No, not yet, mainly because the damages in a copyright violation lawsuit are the money you make from the violation, and I do these videos just for fun, so the lawsuit would really be limited to just an injunction. So how would you get in trouble in your life? Let's say you found a job at a company and you work on SEO for the company website. You have to make a certain web page or on the website, and you find some content online that has the keywords you need, so you cut and paste it onto the web page because, I mean, that's how you made it through college, right? Cutting and pasting from other people's work. Well, in the business world, that could really lead you into problems, cease and desist letters, lawsuits. So as you transition into the workforce, be careful with copyright violations and always be aware that anything that you use that someone else made can get you in trouble. Number 3, no one likes to think about it, but we all will die, and you are no exception. Going into your 20s, you need to have 2 extremely important documents drafted. The first is a will. You might not think, or you might think you don't need a will because that's for old people, but you do. A will is not for you, but for your family. This joke is very true. Death is like being stupid. It's only painful for others. So please make a will, even if you don't have much of anything. What happens to your car, your bank account, your collection of Avengers figurines if you were to pass away? Having a will makes everything so much easier for your family when you die. And the second document you must create in your 20s is a healthcare directive, or what's called a living will in some states. A living will tells your family what you want to have happen to you if you are injured and brain dead, or something like that where you can't make your own decisions. It can also include if you want to be an organ donor. Imagine your mom having to make the decision about whether to pull the plug on the machine that's keeping you alive, and how hard that decision would be for her. Help her out by telling her and the doctors what you want to have done. And finally, the 4th thing you need to be aware of as you enter your 20s from a legal perspective, everything you put in a text or on social media is out there forever, even if you delete it. In the last 20 years, many states have enacted cyberbullying laws, and we hope that going into your 20s, we wouldn't have to worry about that, but I do see what adults put on Facebook nowadays, so I'm not so sure. But the stakes are so much higher now because you can go to jail for what you put online. No. So just be nice, guys. Life is too short. And next, the thing you should know about is defamation. Defamation is the publishing of false information to a third party which causes damage to the person that you're defaming. Again, be careful what you post. Okay, with that information in mind, I'm going to give you 3 examples and I'm going to quiz you about which one of these is defamatory. The first example, you post a picture of a girl you dislike and say, the sweater she's wearing is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Defamation? No, because you are only giving your opinion of her sweater, not stating anything false. So it's not defamation, but you're still a horrible person. Example number 2, you text a guy you don't like, how many STDs do you have? You've slept with every prostitute in town. Defamation? No, because you did not publish the statement to a third party, only to the guy you hate. And finally, the third example, what if you post online that Ben Affleck is such a horrible actor that he should have been an extra on Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Defamation? No, because truth is an absolute defense to defamation. In conclusion, please allow me to wish you the best of luck in getting through your 20s in one piece. It's much harder nowadays, but I am an optimist in your generation, and that's why I left out any discussion of divorce law.